when you look into the statistics and the data behind mental health and just the suicide rate in the construction industry in the first place, it's alarming. It really is. So there's a very, very big need for this training that we receive to help one another out.
I mean, we train on the job sites to preventative, right? As preventative. Let's get our PPE so we're protected from accidents, right? So why wouldn't we want this training to protect us from these things, right? So let's get this training to stop this before it even starts.
So I recently took the 2171 course out of Portland, Oregon, and I've been in the UA now for 10 years, and that class was honestly the most impactful class I've ever had personally. It was absolutely life-changing. It teaches you how to initiate those difficult conversations. If one of your brother or sister members might be going through a difficult time, not only initiate the conversation, but it helps you navigate the conversation as well and provide really the educated support on how to get them help in a time of need. During the 2171, during one of our breaks in the morning, I realized that I haven't been doing a very good job of checking in on some of my guys from my last job, and so I sent out a text message to just check in one of my main guys, and lo and behold, I get this message back that was absolutely devastating, and just to hear what he's been going through and struggling with, and how he thought he was alone, basically, and immediately, without even knowing about it, I was employing the exact tactics I learned during that class on how to have those conversations and how to navigate it, and it was the progress from that alone was just absolutely it was mind-blowing on how much it did help him. And and a lot of times when maybe just men in general, we like to always just say, hey, we're okay, but receiving the message from his wife saying thank you, it really showed that he is better. He's gotten the help, and how it immediately was already affecting his home life. It was pretty impactful for me to hear.
I've watched through a distance, through my lens, my experience, how people evolved, just with from my personal experience of addiction, and watching how people react to that now. I've seen that stigma keep getting driven down, and then the mental health piece, it's so tough to understand, and it was so quiet for so many years that I'm watching the evolution now. Every family's affected. I was riding with a guy from work, and I was in the throes of my addiction, and he had mentioned that he was sober, and he told a few stories, and he shared some experiences, and we rode together for about a year, and I heard this guy get honest about a few things that I was experiencing personally, but I was never going to tell another human being that, never, it just wasn't the way my molding was. Nobody's fault. It's just how my brain worked, how I thought about life, and you just didn't share that stuff. You did not show vulnerability, and I got desperate is what happened to me. The thoughts of suicide did come. The thoughts of if I do a backflip off a tower, my kids will collect the insurance and it'll look like an accident. That's where my addiction took me. That's the darkness. And thank God I was riding with this guy. And I had said to him, I said, hey, Jim, this is what's going on. And I opened my mouth up, and he said, I know where we can help you, brother. And he showed me the way, He took me to a place, and I've been there for over 29 years, eternally grateful. Eternally grateful, because I was married with two little beautiful girls at the time. Every reason not to do something like that, but I know that dark spot that people talk about.
Tomorrow we need to be better than we were today on mental health, and next week we need to be better, and next week we need to be better. But yeah, I'm very, very proud because we've made leaps and bounds. We're further along than I thought we were going to be. I just wish we did it a little bit quicker on my watch, to be honest.
tears aren't always a bad thing. I've always thought that they were a bad thing. Don't do that, don't do that. And like I said, I've had tears in my office more than once, and putting my head in someone else's shoulder, and like I said, and I like repeating that we all matter. So be there because you matter.